2 portions. Just fantastic. Just like when you're explaining dishes, it was a good spot to look at. Was a good spot to look at the cam. Yeah, of course. As I said, I keep trying to remember. It is hard to keep looking. I got so much going on in my head. I will start learning. I will get there. But thank you so much for pointing it out, Reconu. Do appreciate it. But honestly, it doesn't matter. One hand dry and one hand wet certainly is. You don't. Basically, you'll end up with clumps. You probably know this, Reconu. You'll end up with clumpy hands. This is why I'm using alternative hands. Otherwise, you have clumpy breadcrumb fingers. Like a pro. Exactly. So Reconu. Oh, you two, honestly. So funny. So, got these now into the pan. We've got them panade, which is fantastic. We're going to set them aside. We're not going to cook them now. We'll cook them later when we need them. They're not going to take long. They're going to take about 20 minutes or so in the oven on about 180, which is absolutely fine. Very straightforward. So what we're going to do now, we're going to press on, guys. So we've got our delicious pork stuffing steaks that we're rolled up. We've got stuffing in there. Absolutely fantastic. So they are good to go now. So I'm going to pop them in the fridge. Or actually, I'm going to keep them out, because if we pop them in the fridge, they tend to go soggy. Now, I know you say you don't leave meat out for it. The meat's not going to be out that long. It's not going to be out more than 2 hours. So it'll be fine. If you're going to not... Hold on a second. I'm going to use breadcrumbs for anything else before I absolutely ditch everything else. No, I can get rid of it. It's fine. It's cool. So, if I need to make more breadcrumbs, I've got loads there anyway, so it's not an issue. If you're going to make some more, then you can. As I said, I also end up making a lot of stuff, but, you know, whichever to its own. I'll get rid of that now. We don't need it. So, what we're going to do, we're going to push on now. We're going to get on with our next little garnishes, guys. I'm going to give this a quick wash, and then we can crack on. I'm going to get that red board washed. I'm going to wash around the sides of the units, so we've got no more raw meat anywhere. Making sure everything is nice and clean and tidy, and we can press on with our next job. So we can probably get the parsnips done next. And start getting the apple puree on as well, which don't take long at all. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for your patience and your time. You know, hope you're having a wonderful day as always. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate everything you guys do. Absolutely fantastic. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. You know, I wouldn't be enjoying it as much as I would be. You guys do make my day. So I do say thank you every day to you guys. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but thank you again, guys. You are awesome. So, wow, I should go eat dinner. See you later. Okay, Lisa, thank you so much for popping in. Hope to see you later. Have a good meal. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get on. We're going to wash this red board. We're going to give it a little wipe up on the boards as well, because we don't want any raw meat anyway, guys. I did say. I thought I was done with all washing up, but I wasn't. So, give me 2 seconds while I give this all a good wash up, guys. So, there we go. Fantastic. No, it's not going to stay, so I'm going to dry it straight away. That's the problem with these boards, they're quite big, and they don't fit my drying rack. Which is not a problem. You just need to wash them up there and then. Pop them straight back, and all good to go. So I'm just going to give it a wipe. So I was going to give it a nice little wipe down. So, wash your knives as well. The peeler. You're going to put your knives in the sink. Don't forget they're in there because seriously, you do not want to stab yourself. If you forget about it, you end up having a nasty accident. Really isn't great. I'm going to move my book over here. As long as it's not on the stove. Sometimes I run out of space in the kitchen, guys, so I need to move things, shuffle things around so I can get things done. So yeah, give that a little bit of a wipe. Pop my book over here, out the way. All my little bits of planning for my dishes and things, little pinpoints, need reminding now and again because I can't remember everything. You know what I'm like by now, guys. Terrible memory. So, what we're going to do, we're going to get on with the apple puree. We're going to do the parsnip crisps next as well. So, yeah, we've done that. We've done the pane of the pork steaks itself. We're going to do the apple sauce next, or apple puree, whichever you want to call it. These are some old apples, which I'm going to use. Fantastic for using purees. That is fine because they're going to get cooked down. What I'm going to get myself is a waste bowl. Because this little one is just doesn't last 2 seconds, and you know, prefer to have a bit of a better waste bowl. Otherwise, I'm back and forth from the bin, which isn't brilliant. And I just want to save my legs a little bit of walking. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to crack on with this now. We're going to give these a peel for the apple puree. There's not a lot going to be going into here for the puree itself. You could, if you want to sweeten it up, you can add a little bit of honey or something. I don't really want to add a great deal of sweetness to it because I want this predominantly to be a bit sharp. So you've got a bit of contrast with the sweetness of the pork, and you've got a nice little bit of sharp apple going through it. We might put a little bit of honey in it because these are Bramley apples and they are quite sharp. You don't want to eat them directly. But I do want that sharpness, so I won't be putting a lot of sweetness in there. Because that is what I'm going to have for the contrast on the dish. So, got little brown bits like that. Don't worry, we can always cut them off. It's not the end of the world. Believe you me, it's not a bad apple. It's only half a bad apple. So, cut around the core. See, not much for a puree, so you may as well use 2. If you haven't got enough to blitz it, then you're in problems, but you don't need to make too much. You want to make enough. So I'm just going to dice this up. Watch your fingers, guys. You don't have to dice it if you want, it just makes it a lot easier. When you dice things up, it actually cooks a lot quicker. This is why we cut potatoes up. Cut them up into a small amount so they cook quicker. In the water, same with everything. Just I guess it's a use of common sense, really. So what we're going to do, pop these straight in the pan. We don't want to add any butter or anything like that, or any oil. I'm going to let them steam in their own juices, so I'm going to put a very small amount of water in there because I don't want it watery, but I want a little bit in there. I'm going to put it on a low heat. At the back, we're going to put a lid on it as well, so it'll steam. So this is at the back. We've done like number 1. Put a lid on it. We'll forget about it. Keep an eye on it now and again, but we'll put a lid on it. I just need to find a lid though. I don't think I've got one. Or have I? Regardless, I got some kind of lid. Pop on. There we go. A little bit bigger than the normal pan, but I don't know where the little one is. I'm not going to drag through the cupboard, making so much noise to try and find it. So we'll get it out. It's not a problem. So, what we're going to do. We are going to start on the parsnip crisps now. So, top and tail. Guys, I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water because every day I forget. I was watching Gold Damsel again last night. Well, she was making some fantastic healthy little salads with some prawns and shrimps and things and some avocado puree. It was a really nice stream. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. She always has a big cup of water out, and I always forget to drink. And she started drinking. I was like, oh, I haven't drank all day. Sometimes I just really do forget. So you got to remember, guys, keep yourself hydrated. It really is. It is vital. Believe you me. Otherwise, you end up with headaches later on, and it's just really not good. So what we're going to do? Peel in the parsnip. I'm pretty sure that's the same name for everywhere. So, absolutely fantastic root vegetable. I love parsnips. I don't know about you guys. They're slightly sweet as well. Fantastic combination with the pork. Absolutely brilliant. So, what we're going to do. Peel these skins off the parsnip. I need to follow this person. Which person's that? Recon you. You want about me? I think you are following me, aren't you? Or you want you saying it in general? Or... So, what we're going to do. For the crisps itself, or the chips, we really don't want the core in the middle. So, what we're going to do, cut it straight in half. I really don't want to use the core because it's quite bitty. It's not very nice. It's quite a tough parsnip as such. So I'm going to take these out and then we're going to cut them up. Watch your fingers when you're doing this, guys, because you don't want that. So you see that core bit, guys? We're just taking that out. Cutting our knife on an angle. Watching your fingers. So what we are going to do, to a degree, try and keep them the same size, give or take. It's very difficult when they're at that angle because otherwise you just can't get the right shape or whatever you want out of it.